What's up, Jonathan Burr here with Brian Carroll, 1020 Life HQ, sunny Jacksonville, Florida. Beautiful Friday. Really, it's shitty weather, but we're gonna pretend it's beautiful.
It's not too bad.
Man, you didn't walk around in the rain. I walked 11 miles today at work. Not a good day for me.
1.1 miles.
No, 11.
Decimal point needs to go over the right one.
I'm gonna be 198
Or
right
left. All right. So what we have first, we're doing our Q&A. We're gonna stay with this. Next week might be a little hit or miss. Maybe we'll have to do it on Wednesday or Thursday or something. We'll do it on Thursday.
Yeah, probably before you get your weight cut going, or you'll just be hearing me talk because I'm not gonna deal with his ass in your weight cut.
No. First question we got is peaking back-to-back meets. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I have not been anywhere near as successful as you, but it's not because I wasn't peaked for the second meet. It's because I had a shitty first meet for whatever reason. So it's not really a fair comparison. Biggest thing is making sure you're coming out of the first meet healthy. If you're not coming out of the first meet healthy, you need to scratch the idea of the second meet. Smart thing to do is go ahead and take your full down week and just look back at your programming. Find a few weeks to tailor up to it. Not overdo your body. The strength is already there. You're just trying to make sure you're healthy and strong when you get to the platform. If we're talking, 5 or 6 weeks in between meets, you're not getting weaker. You just need to dial in the little things, work up to, openerish numbers, and then take it to the platform.
Yep. It's going to depend on a few different variables. How that first meet went, how you're feeling after that first meet, and how much time you have between those two meets. And of course, if you lift equipped or raw, there's little details here or there. But the biggest thing is you're going to have to decide which meet is more important to you. For me, I did the Arnold about 6 weeks ago, and it went not that great. Okay, I only hit 4 lifts out of 9 lifts. But my intent was to peak for this RPS US Open meet because there's really 5,000, and if you count the world record potential, 8,000 that I could potentially win that day. So for me, the Arnold was important. But with that said, I had the chance to win $1,500 at the Arnold or 8,000 at the RPS US Open. So I've decided that I wanted to peak a long time ago for the US Open. It's not to say I didn't want to do good at the Arnold, but my focus was on this bigger meet. And the biggest thing is not blowing your wad in training leading up to that first meet. Save a little bit in the tank, and then see how the meet goes, and then make the adjustments going forward for that second meet. For me, it was about 7 weeks in between, so it's pretty good. Yeah. Have a couple weeks where you take down, whether it's right after the meet or somewhere in between. I chose to do it in between, so I got right back to training a week later and went 2 weeks and then a deload week. I took a down week. I felt absolutely terrible on the down week and the week after. I had my worst week of training ever coming back. But then, once everything started to click, I recovered, I hypercompensated, and then for the last week and a half I felt awesome. So I'm hoping this will roll right into the meet. But you're going to have to look at your small things, the details and the variables when you're going to do back-to-back meets. And that's very important, and it could very easily go very bad for you doing back-to-back meets. But the biggest thing is having a plan, the mindset, and paying attention to the details. Anything else?
One big thing, if you're training alone, I would suggest you really have an outside look at what you do because you will have the tendency to overpush and not see things, especially close meets back-to-back, that you'll be kind of blinded by. So make sure you're getting some outside help, whether it's a training partner, whether it's a coach, whether it's submitting Q&A questions or videos, because that's a big concern that a lot of people will miss. Like even, thank God I have good training partners because if not, you would make a lot of mistakes.
Thanks for the question. See you soon.